Hi, I'm Sandy. This is my bus. It's called the Command Post. I've been building out for about 3.5 years, and I'm really excited to show you the inside of it. So come on in. So this is my bed. I decided to go with a twin. It's about a 10-inch memory foam with 2 inches of cooling on top. I did this as a twin because I found myself flipping over in place and not rolling across the bed. So I said, all I'm going to need is a twin. I'll just flip where I am. I installed this shelf. I brought some of my favorite books and all my electronics and things like that I might need are in there. And then socks and underwear are over there. I did move my mattress all the way to one end so I can use this as my nightstand. And I used this portion over here. I built out, didn't need that space. So I've got extra bedding and a sleeping bag and things like that. But I did install my dial for my Webasto heater right here. So at nighttime or morning, I can reach over here, my weather station, see what the temperature is, and if it's chilly outside, I can reach over here and just hit the dial as I need it and let it warm up in here. I'll throw my pillows back here. I do at nighttime, I will put them back in the windows like this, and nobody can see me in here at night. I did put my storage, I just put a curtain. Eventually I might get something to cover it up, but I keep my extra supplies and storage in my garage, which I'll show you that in a minute. And I installed my Max Air fan on the ceiling here. I left the emergency hatch. I'm probably going to replace it eventually. And I put all screens on the windows. And if I follow 70-degree weather, I don't think I need an air conditioner. So this is my sink area. I don't really do dishes here. A lot of times I'll take them out, but I do have access to some water. It's just a hand pump. And I keep a bucket down underneath and some additional water underneath there. I do have like a little pull out for, sponges and things like that as needed. And then a bottle opener. Everybody's got to have a bottle opener. These are all stuck down so they don't move when I travel. This one I do move. I do have storage. I mounted this up here with some butyl tape and some metal screws so it hasn't moved and hasn't shook or anything. My refrigerator, it's the winter. It freezes or fridge, but it's never the same time. If this one goes bad, I'll eventually get a combo. But I keep all my food up here, and anything that's going to travel when I'm traveling, I put in here, and I haven't had anything fly off or anything. It's a really good refrigerator. I got a lot of storage underneath there. I just store my extra stove and things like that under there. I do have a washing station, and I just take these outside with my hand towels. These are awesome. These are for curtains, but I hang my tea towel on that. I've got lights on each end, directional lights that are hooked up to solar. They're 12 volts. I have the original speaker boxes, but I changed the speakers out. And then these are for my utensils, all my cooking things, hand towels. I do keep some food down here in the bottom with some propane, additional propane. And then a few pots and pans and stuff. It's probably my first and going to be probably my only bus build. Around January of 2018, it was in the middle of winter, I'm from Kentucky, and was sitting there watching bus builds and tiny houses and things like that. And I really was into small spaces and tiny designs and started thinking about it. My house is only 400 to 600 square foot, 400 usable spaces is what I use there. I thought, why am I looking at tiny homes? I live in a tiny home. I need to travel more. So I led me on those YouTube channels to some buses and things like that. And in 2018, I found a bus on Craigslist. It was just listed. I drove an hour away and immediately bought it that day. And it belonged to two gentlemen that was going to design it for a RV. Their wife said that wasn't happening. So they ended up having to sell it. And I said, I'll pay you $3,500 for it if you bring it to my house. They loaded on a hauler and brought it to my house about 2 days later. And I started building out from there. Across from the kitchen area will be my sofa. It's an RV sofa. It's a jackknife sofa, so I needed some additional sleeping space. I just covered it so it make it a little bit more cozier and doesn't get as dirty or it gets spots or anything. I'm eventually going to build some under storage, but my Webasto heater is underneath this end of the couch. This is my fill tank. The vehicle is diesel. I have to fill it right here, but it's going to be connected to my tank. Maybe my next trip home. I keep a Yeti Gold Zero. It hasn't ran down. I've been here 5 days. I don't run a bunch off of it. I do have it. It's also what I use as a breaker for this cabinet that wants to slide out. So this keeps it in place pretty good. So when I stop, I just put it up here. So my coffee setup is here because the first time I slept in here, it wasn't streamlined. So I came back and redesigned this. And I had a friend build this for me. So my water is here, my coffee pot is here, and what I do is I sit down and I can pull all my dishes out here. I have some pottery that I made at home, so I use my burner here, or I can pull this out, and this is my stovetop. My propane is located down underneath. I turn it down there on there as I need it. So here is my stove. I've yet to use it, but if it rains, I'll definitely be using that on the inside. I put my composting toilet down here, and it's actually, I put a dowel rod so it doesn't slide out, and it just pulls out like this, and I use the bathroom and then slide it back in, close the door. Simple. My overnight bag I keep up here, and then this is my purse, my day bag when I need to get on the go fast. I installed hooks. I did put in a fire detector, and I also have carbon monoxide, and it's located down low. The countertops was a tool bench that I cut into 3 pieces, and they actually fit perfectly, all 3, 2 for the kitchen and 1 for my workspace right here. As you first step onto the bus, I have my workstation, which every command post needs a workstation. So I had the computer from home, and I've had it like 5 years, so I said I'll just bring it on the road with me. I put 2 pieces of plexiglass together just so I can put some memory photos in here and maybe a map. My trunk down here is all that I use for clothes. So I've got only about 4 to 5 shoe boxes, and that's what I live out of, other than my 5 outfits there. Up underneath here, when I'm traveling, I'll use my put my trash can up underneath here so it doesn't go anywhere. I haven't used this storage box yet. I haven't figured out what to put in there, but I did have a little storage. The readily accessible stuff is right there. Then inside of here, I had a safe mounted, and I keep all my medicines and all my drawing things. I'm an artist, so I do a little sketching every once in a while on the road. This is dual usage for my clothes, and then I use this also to sit on. It doesn't move around. I put something against it when I'm traveling, and it doesn't move anywhere. What I like to do is travel a lot. There's so much to see out here in the USA. I've seen a lot. My military career, I've been all over the country, but it's a different lifestyle in the military as it is here. I get to stop when I want to stop. I love art museums. I love farmers markets. Sometimes I like to just be alone beside the lake and chill for 3 or 4 days. Kind of kept this the standard of the bus, but I did install some bug screens and some window coverings. I will eventually take this portion out, but the back part is the most important part. I keep my shoe storage down here. Everything's readily available. My bicycle helmet. I've got a bike rack on the front of it. I stored my additional solar panels here on the side behind it. Since I'm so short, I've got plenty of room behind my seat. I just pull it up and put my trash can out here. I do have a little overhead storage right here. I just pile anything and everything up there. A lot of books and things like that go up there. These lights are battery operated, so they make a good ambient light at nighttime when I like to use those when I'm going to bed or something. I just bought some things at a garage sale, and they already had magnets on it, and I just spray painted it. I got a can of spray paint, and there's a lot of my baskets and things like that didn't match, so I just went ahead and spray painted. It did come with a CB. I haven't used it yet. I put new flooring in, so when you come up the steps, you'll see that it's finished out, and I put new flooring and it's insulated and everything. Other than that, I just left the shell of the bus and insulated the floor and a little on the walls, not full insulation. I'm planning to chase 70-degree weather. So here's my solar as you walk in to the bus. I located it here because my solar panels are straight up on top from here, and then I installed a battery bank on the outside, which I'll show you later, right underneath. And then all the components to my solar is right here, easy accessible with your on and off switch. I got 300 watts of solar, and then I got two 200 AGM batteries that are located underneath the bus here. So everything's really accessible right here. This is the Command Post Skoolie. It's a 2002 Chevy Express. I've got new tires all the way around. This is from a Class C RV, so I went ahead and made it fit mine. It just hooks up on your window, a magnet. I stretched around the other side and just magnetize it on. The bike rack is Hollywood. I had that installed just before I left because my bike was hanging on the back. I couldn't see it, and I found that you ride it more if you got it right here and you're able to see it. Also, I did some LED lights. They work great at night. I don't drive very much at night, but they work awesome. So I made sure I put me a flag. I put screens on the windows. These windows actually open. These are the emergency windows. I have two on each side, and they can open separately with the screen popping out with them. They come in very handy. I did these all myself. It took me about a day and a half. Installed a storage bin back here, and this storage bin is nothing but tools. I got about 3 bags of tools. I've got my chalk blocks and my lifting things to levelers and things. It's safe and secure. Moving on to the back of the bus, I have had installed a box for my generator, and it is sturdy. No one is getting into this. I have a Honda 2200 inverter generator. I mounted it like this so I don't have to take it down. I can fill it right here, pull the bag off, fill it. My control panel is here. Pop this open, and I can just pull start it on one start. I just put me a hand washing station out here over on this side just to keep it away from my eating area and things. I do have an extension ladder because I put a box on top, and I just keep things like a set of golf clubs, your life jackets, things that you'd normally put in a garage that you didn't want just in the back of the other garage. It also has a pop-up tent to save my spot, a pop-up shower, and that's how I shower. I keep my extra water back here in the garage, some firewood, my shower, the pump shower is back here, and I have a washer. So I also use this as my washing machine, and I use it as my laundry storage also. I've applied some hooks up here to my multimeter and my hammock are all right here. I installed this originally with my hitch here, but it was a little wonkety, so I redesigned it, and I've got this swing away hitch here. It moves over to my kitchen area, but I set it up here and hook it back up. But this is just all my outdoor storage, things like, just normal stuff that you would use, like chairs and things like that. I do take some extra fuel because these things tend to use a lot of gas. I do keep my poles and everything up there and my extra awning stuff. I installed this awning and then added some camo netting to it. I would like to eventually get one that is a little longer, but this one works fine. I painted the bus with a green stripe. It originally came with gold and white, and I just wanted to offset it from everyone else's, so I just added some flat paint. Green, as you can tell, is my favorite color. I added a shelf here just with some brackets that are like fence brackets. My battery bank is right there. It's easy to get to. I do put all my electrical things in there, like my plug-ins and cords and things like that. All of this stuff out here folds up nice and neatly, and I just put it in the garage back there. The screens, all the windows have screens, and I put this perforated white. You can see out, but you can't really see in. All my windows had limo tint on them already. I put this on. I used the dark screens, so it's really hard to see in at night. You really have to be up close to be able to see in it. My only advice is to do it now. It's not as challenging as you think that it's going to be. You can live with a lot less. I found that with the military, that you can live with a lot less. My other advice is, when you buy something like this, don't go on Amazon and you've got your living room full of everything you're going to put in this vehicle, because I built this out and it took me 3 years to get some of this stuff in here. And warranties will expire. Sometimes they won't work. You'll change your mind a lot. Don't fall into the gadget rabbit holes. Borrow stuff, tools from people, and you'll get by. I would have put a mattress in here and just went out on the road and seen what I need, and viewed some of these Skoolie meetups or van conversions, and watch and learn from others, their mistakes. I love that you guys came to visit me and on my bus. I absolutely love it. Every day I'm in it, I love it more. I can't believe I'm waking up with the dream and can smell the pines outside. And it's just a very comfortable and cozy place to live. And I really, really appreciate you guys coming. Thank you.